Welcome back, folks. Part two, like I promised, about this full moon and the importance of it. As far as manifestation, like I said, I was going to go out and buy a candle. So I went out and bought one of these white 7-day candles. White is very symbolic of purity and the goddess, which is, like my homie Optic said, he reminded me this is the exalted goddess in Taurus. Venus loves being in Taurus, and having that new moon energy tonight is a good way to channel that energy. We all have feminine energy within us. The Kundalini is feminine energy in nature. So even if you a dude, you got it. You feel what I'm saying? Now with the candles, the thing that you have to remember is whoever made this, whoever packed it and shipped it, might have had a shitty ass day, and their energy is on this. Everything is energy. So what you need to do is cleanse it. Couple ways you can do that. You can sage it, use Florida water, take some oil, anointing oil. It can be virgin olive oil, which would be very good because of the virgin energy. Virgin olive oil, just to cleanse it off, and then hold it and put your intentions into it to the degree of everything. As this candle burns, everything that I am asking for will be manifested. But don't be greedy, because that's the downside of a Taurus in the negative is extreme greed and control and all that. You don't want to just be taking and asking. You want to be giving of your appreciation for the things that you value, right? Number of other ways you connect is ancestor money. I get this down in Chinatown. This is about, well, I got the price on there, but these are like $2-3, and you get stacks. You know what I'm saying? If you can see the number on there, you get stacks. And this is your petition to your ancestors in the realm who have either haven't passed on. This is like how you would treat your family if they were in the physical. Sometimes they get caught up in places and realms after they pass on and they get trapped. So you use that in the intention of like uh, court court money, bail money. You feel me? You give it to them for support that they need on the other side. That shows your appreciation. That strengthens your connection. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing I wanted to get to, since we're in the age of Aquarius, things are going to be very different as far as how things are done, because we're no longer dealing with the Piscean age, which was just belief and religion and things of that. Now we're in the know. So knowing will help you manifest easier. I'm gonna give you a peek at two of my altars. You're in my sacred space, so fuck around with them bullshit ass intentions and bouncing up in here and watch that shit come back, right? Or the other way around. That's how energy works. So the first one I have here is the family altar. It's my grandmother, my aunt at my graduation. I have different articles, phoenix feet, feathers that I found, a drum, some food for the gods and goddesses, a mask, some chlorophyll that I want to charge, bay leaves, flowers. My grandmother's birthday just passed. I found this about 2 days ago in a river, in a little stream. Just spirit led me there, and I looked down, and this is on there. It says Philadelphia Phoenix. This is the universe talking to me, so I put it on here, and I found the shell of a cicada right out on the back porch when I was cleaning out. You can see that cicada. So for me, that's a representation of if you look up animal totem. I'm gonna let you do the work. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you do the work. So that's my family altar, and the things that I value on here have really nothing to do with money. I'll give you a quick example. My cousin Matt gave me this watch right here for it was either Christmas or my birthday, and I don't really wear watches, but because of the energy it was given and I received it, I put it on the altar. You know what I'm saying? That is of value to me. And flowers and things of that nature. Now the other altar I have is the child altar, my inner child altar. So I have pictures of my baby, pictures back here. It's kind of dark right there, but as you can see, I don't have statues of these pantheons that we are accustomed to, such as Horus or Nordic, Sumerian. I got Transformers because this speaks to my inner child. This is something I've always loved, but it's only after going through my journey that I've realized why. More than meets the eye. Transforming from one thing to another. This is an eighth house altar. You feel what I'm saying? Which is Scorpio. And This is just the ability to shapeshift as well. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear a lot of stories about people who shapeshift in their dreams and become animals, and they're either guardians or they're kicking some ass or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But we all have these latent abilities, and having an altar dedicated to your inner child feeds your imagination. It keeps that spark of you that's pure, and it heals it as well, because a lot of us have we're here at this time to clear family curses. uh, I say it again, family curses. And I mean just repetitive cycles that have followed us from even before our bondage here in North America. But mainly that, patterns that have followed down through the generations that have led up to us, and we're breaking out of that because we're looking at this shit like, we ain't going to the church, you know what I'm saying? We ain't doing this and we ain't doing that. We've found the information that contradicts and supersedes all this, so now we're going to follow that path, and that's a hard pill to swallow for other members of the family who don't understand. But that's part of why you're here, because you have the strength to take that energy on and transmute the energy. We're talking about energy again. So even with the Transformers, the goddesses are represented. I have a leader one back there. She's like Prime's main squeeze, and I got three of them, which is the triple goddess. I got Chromia, um, my favorite, which is Windblade right here, who is the city speaker. She uses telepathy to talk to the Metroplex, if you know the mythology. And that's what this is. This is a copy of the mythologies that we've laid the ground for in previous incarnations. You know what I'm saying? All of these genres that are popular have that same kind of motif, this mythology. And yeah, so Windblade, Chromia, and Alita 1 are my triple goddesses on this altar. You know, and all these archetypes represent an aspect of me. And I'll give you one, because Starscream has always been my favorite character. I don't care. You know, there's been a lot of dope characters, but Starscream to me represents Anubis, or the trickster energy, the magician. This guy keeps coming back to life, episode, series after series. He got blown up in the movie, he got killed in all these series, but he keeps coming back, and he's always bouncing between the Autobots and Decepticons and the humans. So for me, he's like, because I'm an Elegba kind of energy myself. I have a lot of that Anubis underworld spirit energy within me. So Ace of Spades, so he is a great representation of what I represent, not so much in the deceitful realm, but just being that trickster, the way the person at the crossroads that has the guide signs. And a lot of people come into my life, and when they do at that time, they're ready for a change, and I help them navigate. You know what I'm saying? I give them suggestions. I don't tell them what to do, but I allow them to become who they are naturally. And this is what astrology will help you with, the Mayan Zolkin, the destiny cards. All of this is available now with all this information, and we have nothing but time. So you should be diving into things that represent you and allow you to express your fullest potential while you're here. You feel what I'm saying? If you need help with that, all you gotta do is hit me up. You know, I usually take donations, but I'm making that service available where it's solidified, and that's part of what's going to be on my manifestation altar tonight. Manifestations, your words are power. Write it out on a brown piece of uh, the brown bags that you get at the grocery store, some kind of parchment paper, and make it clear as far as your intentions. Put it out there, and then just like anything else, you put it out there and you don't think about it. You let it do its thing. You go about your business. Because the more you think about something, the more energy you put on it, you might confuse it. You let the pot stew, you let it simmer, you come back to it. When you smell that aroma, you know when it's done. Taste it. If it's not, you wait till another cycle of the moon or something that lines up specifically with you, and then you add on to it then. You know what I'm saying? And those full moons, you release the bullshit that didn't work out of it, and then you put something in on the new moon, which is tonight. So if there's something that hasn't been working in your life that you're still going for, you put that, what has been working, along with what you've learned from the past cycle, to redirect the energy so that everything works cohesively. So imagination is key. Your inner child, the things that you value, You're grounding. You know what I'm saying? Great time to put your feet on the ground if you have a nice day. Great time to just sit in the sun and absorb those rays, because we're getting a different kind of energy from these beams coming from outer. So there's a lot coming from up there, which is actually in here. So what you're witnessing is your own play at hand. You know what I'm saying? And you can relate to all the characters in this play, this drama, this Osirian drama. People ask me if I'm an alien. I say, yeah, but I'm a Bakken alien. You feel what I'm saying? That's just living out the mythology, because all that is a chemical process to bring you back up to the surface from the underworld. All right. So altars, you set them up how you feel. You don't have to really go by what anybody else does. It's how you feel and how the spirit talks to you personally. Your spirit guides and your ancestors. You talk to them like you would talk to your boys on the street or anywhere else. I talk to myself all the time. People be like, who's in there with you? I'd be like, if I only could tell them and had them, gravitate to that. But that's not, that's not your problem. That's not your problem. You keep doing what you're doing. All right? Peace. Do I want to say, funny stories with this stuff, though. I swear, with this virus and all that, there's been so much trash, and I'm sick of seeing it with these gloves and these masks. Their shit is everywhere. I mean, if you're trying to stop the spread of some shit, then throw the shit away. Keep a little bag with you so you can throw all this stuff out. Y'all touching your phones and keys and shit, like my sis said, with these gloves on. Then you take it off and you with your hands with it, you spreading the shit anyway. And then you leaving all this trash on the motherfucking ground, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of that shit. Like, take care of what you got. This is what I'm talking about value. If you don't value the earth, she ain't gonna value you. When it's time to come shed you off, you know what I'm saying? The people that take care of her and reciprocate with her are gonna be the ones that's gonna be left. Y'all worry about a virus, and you better be worried about Mother Nature with all these storms and earthquakes and volcanoes blowing up around your ass that they not telling you about. You feel what I'm saying? Damn lady must have heard something about the black people being the carriers for the coronavirus in the damn aisle. She looked at me and she sidestepped me like we was in karate class or some shit. I almost chased her down that aisle. It was so, you know what I'm saying? But that's my shadow side, and I know how to control that. And that's another thing that you get in touch with, is your other side, your dark side. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it, because funny shit will happen. My shadow side told me coming out of the store that day, I'm in a line with two objects, you know what I'm saying? I had coffee and a creamer, and I'm waiting in this long ass line. Niggas got carts stacked to the ceiling and shit. And by the time I get out there, I'm a little irritated. So my shadow side, which is that irritation, that's when it'll come up. It'll be like, what would be funny? You went in aisle 7 in the pasta, got one of them cans pasta sauce, just splash that shit off all over you and shit, and just run to the front where everybody's at and slide on the floor and be like, Corona. And you know what? It would have been the funniest shit ever, because I tell you, the way people are conditioned nowadays, everybody would have broke out of there. And as dark as that is, it's funny as shit. You feel what I'm saying? And just to run it through your mind, because it helps you release that tension and that energy that you have, so you're not holding resentment. And you know what I'm saying? I was laughing the whole way home, because that's the real. That's what's happening right now. It's so easy to influence people who don't have that information. So take it upon yourself to influence people the best way you can, on a high note. You know what I'm saying? Not positive or negative, but on a high note. Positive and negative is nothing but an energy, a charge. Don't let them deceive you to saying you're a negative person, especially if you're female. That is a compliment, because you are negative energy, negative ions. You hear what I'm saying? That shit is what gives you life. That feeds your chi. Negative ions. Go out there after the rain or near a waterfall. You'll get a nice, good breath in you. That's a good place to do your chi. Breathing and stuff like that. Qigong, Tai Chi, whatever you do to maintain your health. You feel what I'm saying? But on that note, I'm gonna get to work on what I gotta get to work on. Giving people that heads up. If you want to try something new, or if you just want to add on to what you already have. I hope that there's something in here that you could take from it, and I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Peace.